Before we continue, let me remind you again, this is a deep topic, and that is why this explanation is divided into a series. Each video explains one layer. If you skip parts, you may misunderstand the full picture. So if you want real clarity, make sure you watch all parts in order. Now let us talk about something most people completely underestimate. Energy. Not motivation, not discipline, not talent. Energy. Energy is the foundation of everything you do in life. If your energy is high, life feels interesting. If your energy is low, life feels heavy. Most people today are not lazy. They are drained. And porn is one of the biggest unseen energy drainers of modern life. Let us first understand what energy actually means. Energy is not just physical strength. Energy exists at multiple levels. There is physical energy, your stamina, strength, and vitality. There is mental energy, your focus, clarity, and decision-making power. There is emotional energy, your capacity to feel, connect, love, and stay balanced. And there is spiritual energy, your sense of purpose, meaning, and inner stability. Porn slowly drains all four, not suddenly, not dramatically, but continuously. That is why people don't realize it is happening. Let us start with physical energy. Every intense stimulation demands energy from the nervous system. Porn is one of the most intense stimulations the brain can experience. Bright visuals, novelty, fantasy, and sexual arousal all at once. This puts the body into a high alert state. Heart rate increases, hormones spike, the nervous system activates. This is not neutral. After stimulation comes a crash. The body needs recovery. When this cycle repeats frequently, the nervous system becomes exhausted. This is why many people feel physically tired even without physical work. They wake up tired, they feel sluggish, their body feels heavy. It is not because they lack sleep, it is because their nervous system is overstimulated and under-recovered. Now let us talk about mental energy. Mental energy is your ability to focus, think clearly, and make decisions. Porn fragments that mental energy. How? Because it hijacks attention. Porn trains the mind to jump quickly between images, scenes, and fantasies. This weakens sustained attention. After long-term exposure, focusing on one thing feels difficult. Reading feels tiring. Deep work feels exhausting. Even simple tasks feels overwhelming. This is why many people procrastinate. Not because they don't want to do things, but because their mental energy is scattered. A scattered mind feels tired even at rest. Now let us talk about emotional energy. Emotional energy is your ability to feel emotions without being overwhelmed. Porn becomes an emotional escape. Stress, porn. Loneliness, porn. Boredom, porn. Anxiety, porn. Instead of processing emotions, the mind escapes. This weakens emotional resilience. Over time, emotions start feeling heavy. Small problems feel big. Mood swings increase. Emotional numbness appears. People say, I don't feel excited about anything anymore. This is emotional burnout. Porn does not release emotional energy. It avoids it. Avoided emotions don't disappear. They accumulate. This accumulation creates emotional fatigue. Now let us talk about spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is not religious. It is your sense of meaning, direction, and inner alignment. When spiritual energy is high, life feels purposeful. When spiritual energy is low, life feels empty. even if everything looks fine externally. Porn disconnects you from that meaning. Why? Because meaning comes from engagement with reality. Porn pulls you into fantasy. Meaning requires effort, struggle, growth, and connection. Porn offers pleasure without contribution. This creates an inner emptiness. The soul wants meaning. The body gets stimulation. This mismatch creates dissatisfaction. Now let us talk about something ancient wisdom understood very well. Sexual energy is creative energy. This is not poetry. This is biology. The same force that creates life also fuels creativity, ambition, innovation, and focus. When this energy is scattered unconsciously, creativity reduces, drive reduces, motivation reduces. This is why many people feel they have potential but no fire. The fire is being leaked. Ancient cultures understood this deeply. They did not avoid sex. They regulated it, not through shame, through awareness. Because they knew that uncontrolled release leads to weakness. This is not about morality. This is about energy economics. When your energy goes, your life goes. Porn drains energy without giving anything back. Real intimacy exchanges energy. Porn consumes it. Another important thing is overthinking. Porn increases mental noise. Images replay, fantasies return, thoughts loop. This constant background activity consumes enormous energy. This is why many people feel tired after doing nothing. Their mind never rests. Now compare this with ancient men. They worked physically. They fought wars. They built civilizations. Yet they had energy because their energy was not constantly scattered. Today people sit all day and feel exhausted. The problem is not physical demand. The problem is mental leakage. Billions of people consuming stimulation daily is not a small thing. It changes the collective energy of humanity. This is why modern society feels restless, anxious, impatient, and dissatisfied. Now comes an important realization. Most people think they need motivation. They don't. They need energy. Motivation is a symptom of energy. When energy returns, motivation returns naturally. Now here is the most important part. Energy does not return through force. It returns through awareness and regulation, not suppression, not guilt, but conscious redirection. When porn consumption reduces, mental noise reduces. When mental noise reduces, energy gathers. When energy gathers, clarity appears. When clarity appears, life starts feeling meaningful again. This is not magic. This is cause and effect. In the final video of this series, we will talk about karmic knots, collective impact, and how personal choices reshape the world. And finally, how mastering this energy makes life easier, not harder. That final video is the payout. That is where everything comes together. For now, observe your energy levels. Notice where you feel drained. Notice what consumes you without giving back. Awareness is the first conservation of energy. Continue to the final part when you're ready.